perhaps the spicy made her have a seizure. I don't know. I'll be taking additions for new sane girlfriends directly after this video. This one's lost her damn mind. We got something the other day, and we haven't really talked too much about it. What is thine phone?
Right over there.
When she finds her phone, we'll get this thing out. We've used it a little bit at this point. Some videos are going to be going up with it, although somebody who shall remain Sara keeps forgetting to actually use it and that we have it, so she uses selfie sticks.
I just used it today. I haven't filmed anything since we got it. Plus, I can only use my rear-facing camera, so I can't film myself with it.
Okay, so this is how it works. Phone, Osmo. If you look at the Osmo, you've got this dial right here. When you slide it in, you can tighten it right here. That way your phone doesn't come out. Right there. On top of that, you also have this little dial right here. If you twist it, this bar here will slide in about that much. It's not really a whole lot, but if you have one of those iPhone 6s Plus or 7 Pluses, it really does help a little bit with the stability. So once you've got it, go ahead and hold it, hit the power button, and you see what happens. Power button located here, and what it does is it gives you a gimbal. Come on, camera. It gives you a gimbal so that no matter where you go, the camera stays relatively stable. Now, it is smart enough to know that if I want it to turn, I can keep going that way and it will eventually keep up with me. Makes for a nice slow pan, and it's very, very stable. In fact, we can go ahead and start recording this, and Sara can put this down in a picture-in-picture so that you can see exactly what's going on. If we focus on the screen, go back up. Alright, if we focus on the screen, what you can see is it's staying focused on the screen no matter which way I go. So it stays pretty darn stable. The way you get it to do this is your trigger here. We've got it aimed that way. The second I let go of the trigger, it's going to start coming with me again. Push that trigger, and it's going to stay exactly the way it is, no matter which way you move. You've got a tilt and pan. You've also got a record button, which is about the most worthless thing ever. Because unless you're actually invested in to the DJI suite of programs, the DJI Go app, which really seems more designed for using drones, which we have, our Phantom uses it. Yes, the thing is as it's Bluetooth connected to this, you should just be able to hit record and have it trigger the app. You've got plenty of other Bluetooth devices that do that. So I find the record button to be absolutely worthless until they hopefully fix that. And then you've got the big button right down here, which is your camera button, which also only works with the app.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of crap. It annoys the living hell out of me. I mean, you've got a good product, and just screw it up with it's a much more stable. I mean, you can't jerk it. If you jerk it, it doesn't really work all that well. It stays smooth, but it's still very blurry as you go back and forth. If you use reasonable movement, the stability is pretty darn good. So, thoughts? It's nice. It's fun. It's $300, and so a couple of the drawbacks. One, it's heavy. Not very heavy, but after you hold it up for a little while,
It's probably
it
as heavy
gets a little heavy.
as holding a G7X. Like
No,
regular.
I'd say it's probably heavier than that.
Oh, okay.
The gimbal is heavier than the G7X in my opinion. When you add the phone to it,
Yeah.
that much more. I mean, you could see it, and I could feel it fighting me because I'm holding the camera instead of letting it do its thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can totally feel it trying to fight you to hold the camera where it's supposed to be.
Everyone under the couch.
That's what happens when you put a little bit too much on it. It doesn't know what to do. It goes stupid. And the only way you can get around it is to restart it. And then it fixes itself. So what I was going to say is the drawbacks to using it are it's not real fond of cases. Sarah's case actually works out pretty well with it. It's a Tech 21. I rather like the case. It is not the case that I got for my phone. My phone, I got a Spigen that had the little kickstand in the back, and I thought I'd use it more, and I really don't, so I'll probably end up switching back to a Tech 21. They're really nice. The other issues with this, aside from the heavy and aside from the case, is the battery life. I don't know how much you guys really intend to film while you're out, and I guess for the average family video, you're fine, but we only get about an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of battery life out of it before it's ready to recharge. It takes a good while to recharge. It's about 3 hours. So your best bet, if you're going to sit there and get one of these, I would highly recommend that you get a second, third, and or fourth battery, depending on how long you're going to be out trying to film. Is it going to create a really nice, stable look for your videos? Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty cool like that. But let's not be confused. It's got a few drawbacks. The Osmo itself, I feel, would probably be a better buy than the Osmo Mobile, because the Osmo itself doesn't require you to give up your phone in the middle of things. You're still going to be able to, you're still giving up an entire phone to do whatever. So that could be a drawback for somebody that wants to be able to access things at the same time. It also drains the life of your phone while you're filming. This guy charges through this weird little 3.5 millimeter headphone jack type thing. And on the other end is your standard USB. So if you've got a iPhone and this, you can sit there and charge this while you're filming, and your iPhone, you can't really have the wire there, it'll really screw up the gimbal, but you'll have it around so that you can charge it after, but it's a pain in the ass. So all in all, it's a nifty device. I just don't know that I would recommend that anybody buy it. Yeah, that's where I think I ended. I'd recommend you get the Osmo. I would recommend that you stay away from the GoPro setup. Well, especially the drone.
Yeah.
Stay away from drones that fall out of the air. That's a bad thing. But specifically, if you look at the GoPro setup that we were looking at doing, it would end up requiring us to buy at least, you get that, 2 $400 cameras that we couldn't really keep everywhere we go, because we'd have to have a slew of batteries, because each one of the cameras only has a 2-hour battery. In addition to that, there's tons of accessories. They even have a stabilization thing.
Okay.
I like GoPros. We have one. They're a huge sinkhole of money. They're cool. They're definitely cool. And if you want to be able to film a lot of stuff, a lot of different ways, then it really does do a good job.
Waterproof.
And, you know, waterproof is great. iPhone 7 for the win.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But they're really great, and we do use ours, but I don't know that I would be okay with, for a 2-vlogger setup like ourselves, going out and buying 2 cameras so that we've always got one with us, a slew of batteries to get us through the day. I think that's the drastic upside to the iPhone, and the Osmo, either one, is that it's easily chargeable via USB pretty much everywhere you are. If you're at your desk, you can charge it there. If you're in your car, you can charge it there. And they've got chargers like that for the
Come into the end of your video.
GoPro. But the downside is that you've got to spend money on getting those extra pieces, whereas with the Osmo and the phone, really all you've got to do is get those. It really does work out well.
Did you finish your video?
Be very quiet. We're gonna sneak up on Sarah.
Oh, stop filming me from the back. Stop licking me. Stop. I don't want to upload this to public. Scheduled. What are you doing? Ah! Alright, I'm done. Now it's time to play Titanfall.
Titanfall.